Hello. Hello, everybody. Let's see if we have anybody. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to Friday. Let's see if we have anybody watching. Hello, hello, hello. I see Grace Duffy. Grace Duffy's joined. I can fix my hair a little bit. How's it going, Michelle and Grace? Oh, hi, Mrs Brickson. Hello, Grace. Oh, I bet that's Axel. Axel, I heard you have blonde hair now after your trip to Mexico. It's good to see everybody. See you guys. Oh, here we have the Ricos. Hello. Oh, we have Chico and Sophia. It's good to see you guys. Let's see if we have some more people coming. Ah, here we go. We got the Rath boys and Mrs. Zaire Kendall. So I have to see if Sam and Isaac, if they're upstairs or not. I have Frankie. Gracie says I have Frankie. I'm not sure who Frankie is. Levon says, oh, this is Axel. Axel, do you still have a suntan after your trip? Oh, we got the Phillip boys. Hi, Mrs. Brickson. Yes. Oh, hi, Rhonda. Hey, Aurora. Oh, I hear some noises. I hear some voices. And here they come. I think we have some visitors. We have some guest stars again. Come here. Come say hi. Let's see who's talking. Oh, get your head in here. Get your head in there. Say hello. Okay, let's see. Let's see who's. Oh, take a look here. Oh, so Isaac P is watching. Take a look here. Mr. Kataska. Frankie the cat. Oh, so I see it from Axel. Yes, you are still 10. Okay, take a look. Can you see? Can they see you? I gotta make sure they can see you too. Okay, so they're upstairs helping out Mrs. Rath. Let's see if they have any other notes. Hi from Britta. Oh, keep your shirt on there, buddy.
I know.
Oh, hi Isaac R. That's from Gracie.
Hey, Grace.
So you guys, so what do you do? Are you helping out today?
Yeah.
What's Mrs. Rath doing? What's your mom doing?
I'm recording lessons.
She's recording lessons. Are they pretty good? Are you part of the lessons too?
No, I think
Some?
we helped some.
Help some? Okay. Well, anyway, I just want to say hi. We'll probably get started pretty quick here with reading. All right. Thank you, guys. It is so fun to get everybody here. Okay. Hello, Mrs. Brickell. Oh, hello, Jody Bucky. Yes, very good. Well, again, welcome, everyone. Today is day 3. This is actually episode 4 because our first episode was an introduction. And so here we are back at it at St. Bernard's School. It's been crazy. It has been crazy. We are still working away here and we're getting all sorts of things ready. Parents who are watching, Mary and I have been going through hours and hours and hours of training for our new online application enrollment system. And so it's been wild. In my life, the last couple nights, oh, here we go. Eleanor and us and Grace, we've been doing a lot of game nights. We've been doing a lot of. Have you guys been doing game nights at all? Playing games with each other, and not just online stuff? Yeah, because I know we played Taboo, and we saw Disney's Seen It. And remember, if for some reason you can't watch, or you miss it, or you come late, you can look at our Facebook site, or you can even share this with a friend Okay, you can share that with a friend if you want. If you won't be able to see the chat part, but you will be able to see like the story being read and stuff like that. So let's get started. Well, of course, we have to start with our song, and my phone just turned off. But here we go. You can do little motions if you want. Just sing along. Here we go. Whoops. Here we go.
Go make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world.
All right. So see if you remember that. Remember, it's go make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. All righty. So as long as you remember that. Our joke for the day. What do you call a bear without any teeth? What do you call a bear without any teeth? A gummy bear. Gummy, get it? Gummy bear? Gum? Okay. I got these from the best dad jokes online, so I gotta love those. So we're going to continue our story of the best school year ever by Barbara Robinson. And again, Beth Bradley is our narrator. In the last, we've read 3 chapters so far, and we've learned about the Herdmans. And we know that they do all sorts of stuff, and their cat is crazy. They've gotten in so much trouble in a variety of ways. They stole Luella's little brother, Howard, and like drew all over his head with Sharpie and charged people money. They tried to wash their cat in a washing machine, and it went crazy and ran all over, and the town went nuts. And so there's all sorts of fun stuff. So anyway, here we go. We're going to start with chapter 4. The janitor, Mr. Sprague, said, "That was that. No more trash masher." He told the principal that we could have a trash masher or we could have the Herdmans, but we could not have both under one roof. "I can't stand around here and guard the thing all day," he said. "There's 6 of them and only 1 of me. And every time I leave the basement to go sweep a floor, they shove something else into it." They already mashed up the 4th grade ant farm, the plastic dinosaur exhibit, and then Leroy went ahead and mashed up the Good School Citizen Award too. Once he found out he couldn't eat it or spend it or sell it to anybody. Alice reported this to her mother, and Mrs. Wendelkin was so disgusted about the whole thing that she resigned from the PTA, which my father said was good news for the PTA. Excuse me. Of course, Mrs. Wendelkin didn't come right out and say, "I quit because I'm mad at everybody." She just said it wasn't fair for her to run the PTA talent show because Alice was in it. She said Mother could do it because Mother didn't have any talented children. "Does she mean that we aren't talented or just that we aren't in it?" Charlie asked me, and I said, "Both." Actually, nobody had any talented children in it, and they really had to scratch around to get kids to do anything. So it was no Night of 1,000 Stars, which is what the poster said. Night of 1,000 Stars, an evening of family entertainment, PTA talent show. When my father saw the list of acts, he said he hoped there would be more talent in the refreshments than there was going to be in the show. "There aren't any refreshments," Mother told him. "It's just an evening of family entertainment." Not unless you... He shook his head. Not unless you have refreshments, it won't be. I guess Mother took another look at the list, because that night she called around for people to make cookies and brownies and cupcakes and punch. And the next day the poster said, Night of 1,000 Stars, an evening of family entertainment, PTA talent show, with delicious refreshments crowded in at the bottom. This was a big mistake, because refreshments is one long word that the Herdmans understand. And right away you knew that they'd figure out some way to get them. They can't, Alice said. They have to be in the show, and they can't do anything talented. They can steal, Charlie said. Alice looked at him the way my mother looks at the bottom of a hamster cage. That's not a talent, she said. Maybe not, but the Herdmans did it better than anybody else. Still, it was hard to see how they would do it for an audience, or what they would call it in the program, or what they would steal, because there wasn't much left that they hadn't already stolen. Last year, they were all absent on October 4th, and we had Arbor Day, because for the last 3 years, the Herdmans stole the tree. And the principal said, at least this year we'll finally get it planted, even if it died over the winter. Maybe they've got some talent we don't know about, I said. And sure enough, 3 days later, Gladys Herdman took a pair of kindergarten safety scissors and cut Eugene Preston's hair in the shape of a dog. It could have been a cat, or a horse, or a pig, something with 4 legs and a tail. Anyway, there's something else with 5 legs and no tail. You had to look down right at the top of his head to see it. This is what you mostly saw in Eugene anyway, because he was the shortest kid in the 2nd grade, or the 1st grade, or even kindergarten. So naturally, he got picked on a lot. And if you had to choose which kid in the Woodrow Wilson School would get his hair cut into the shape of a dog for no reason, you would choose Eugene. Hold on just a second. Come here. You can come say hi. This is my very good friend Stacy. There's my friend Mrs. Leake. Yes, she used to be a teacher in Challenger, and now she's over at Lincoln
High School. But
Yes.
we're keeping our 6
Oh, 6 feet of distance. 6 feet of distance. Yes. So I'm reading a story to all the kids on Facebook Live.
I think that is super duper.
Yes.
Enjoy your time with Mrs. Brickson.
Yes. And we'll talk later.
Yes.
I know.
Have
miss
a good
you.
day.
Miss you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you had to look right down on the top of his head to see it. And this is what most people saw of Eugene, because he was the shortest kid in the 2nd grade, or the 1st grade, or even kindergarten. So naturally, he got picked on a lot. And if you had to choose which kid in the Woodrow Wilson School would get his hair cut in the shape of a dog for no reason, you would choose Eugene. Of course, he was already a nervous wreck from being the shortest kid around, and you knew it wasn't going to calm him down to have people holler, "Here, Fido!" or "Here, Spot!" at him, and his hair was anything like the rest of him. It probably would be that way for years. So things did not look good for Eugene. "A dog?" my father said when he heard about it. "I can't believe it looks like a dog. Who says it looks like a dog?" "The art teacher," Charlie said. "I heard her tell the principal. She said if it just wasn't on Eugene's head, she would display it as an example of living sculpture." "Why don't you tell that to Eugene?" Mother said. "It might make him feel better to know that he's a living sculpture." I didn't think so. For one thing, nobody knew what a living sculpture was. I helped Eugene look it up in the encyclopedia, but we looked under living instead of sculpture and never got past living sacrifice, which was all about torture, and that sure didn't make Eugene feel any better. "Come on, Eugene," I said. Don't be crazy. No one's going to make you a sacrifice." "Ha!" he said. "How about Gladys Herdman?" Oh, hold on just a second, guys. I'm trying to turn off my phone here. He was really worried, and between being worried and short and having his hair all chopped up, Eugene began to twitch and wiggle and bite his fingernails and bang himself on the head. I can't help it, he said. It makes me feel better. Actually, there wasn't a kid in Woodrow Wilson's school who didn't wiggle or twitch or tie knots in his hair or something. Boomer Malone once ate a whole pencil without even knowing it until he got to the eraser and broke off a tooth. Some kids banged their heads, too, when they didn't have anything else to do. And, of course, the Herdmans banged other kids in the head, but nobody did it as hard as Eugene. This was fascinating to Gladys. She quit hitting him and hollering at him and just followed him around, everywhere, waiting for him to knock himself out, we all thought. Why does he do it all the time? She asked. But Eugene was scared to tell her the truth. He figured if he said, it makes me feel better, she would probably pound him black and blue and claim it was a good deed. My mother thought Eugene ought to enter the talent show. It would take his mind off his troubles, she said, and there must be something he could do. I couldn't imagine what, except for maybe stand up on the stage and be short. And I never heard of a show where part of the entertainment was somebody just being short. So I was pretty surprised, along with everybody else, to learn that Eugene had a hidden talent that he would perform at the talent show. And then on TV, probably, Gladys Herdman said. Gladys was the one who discovered this talent, but she wouldn't tell anybody what it was. And she wouldn't let Eugene tell anybody either, not even his mother. So Mrs. Preston didn't know whether to gather a costume or a guitar or elevator shoes or what. My mother didn't know what to put on the stage for him to use. Maybe he needs a microphone, she said. Maybe he needs some special music. I really would like to know because I really want to make this special for Eugene. And I want him to be a success. It'd be wonderful, she told us, if Eugene could win first prize in the talent show. What she really meant was, it'd be wonderful if anybody but Alice Wendelkin would win first prize for a change. But I knew that wouldn't happen unless Alice broke both her arms and couldn't play the piano. I guess Charlie thought it was worth a try, though, because he asked Eugene what he needed for his talent act. He needs walnuts, Charlie reported, but he says he'll bring his own. He doesn't want to. He's scared to be in the talent show, but he's more scared of Gladys. What's he going to do with walnuts? Mother asked. I don't know, unless maybe he's going to juggle them. Charlie brightened up. That would be good. Even if he drops some, that would be good. It seemed to me that if Eugene could juggle anything, we would all know about it. Like, or maybe not. My friend, Betty Lou Sampson, is double-jointed and can fold herself into a pretzel, but she won't do it in front of people because being shy. It could be the same with Eugene, I guess. I also thought he might back out, but on the night of the talent show, there he was. So for once, we had something different to look at. There isn't usually anything different or surprising about the talent show. One year, a girl named Bernice Potts signed up to do an animal act, and the animal turned out to be a goldfish, which was different. But then the act turned out to be Bernice talking to the fish, and then the fish talking back, and Bernice telling the audience what the fish said. Charlie loved this. He was in the first grade then, and he believed anything anybody told him. Mrs. Wendelkin said, this act didn't belong in the talent show because it didn't have anything to do with human talent. Even if the fish could talk, she said, that would just mean that the fish was talented and not Bernice. Mrs. Wendelkin didn't think Eugene should be juggling walnuts either. According to Alice, if he can do it, Alice sniffed, which he probably can't. Eugene didn't even try. He came out on the stage carrying a big bowl of walnuts while Mother was introducing him. Our next talented performer, she said, is from the second grade. It's Eugene Preston, and Eugene is going to... Mother never got a chance to finish because Eugene began smashing walnuts on his forehead one after another, just as fast as he could, and walnut shells flew everywhere. People in the back of the auditorium couldn't figure out what was doing. The people sitting in the front of the auditorium knew what he was doing, but couldn't believe he was doing it. The principal, who was sitting in the back row, thought kids were throwing things at Eugene, so he started up the aisle and ran smack into Mrs. Preston, who was yelling for someone. "Stop Eugene before he killed himself with walnuts!" Nobody heard her. There was too much noise. Kids were jumping up and down, clapping and hollering, "Go Eugene! Go Eugene!" And then, "Go Hammerhead! Go Hammerhead!" Boomer Malone began counting walnuts. 22, 23, 24. And pretty soon everybody was chanting, 36, 37, 38. Boomer said Mrs. Preston fainted when Eugene got to 45 walnuts. But she really didn't faint. She just collapsed into a seat, moaning something about scrambled brains. Eugene used all of his walnuts. And then he set down his bowl on the stage and he walked off. He looked a lot taller to me, but that's probably because I was looking up at him for a change. Eugene didn't win first prize, but neither did Alice. Her piano solo was called Flying Fingers and would have been pretty flashy, except that there were so many walnut shells stuck in the piano keys that she kept having to stop and start over. Eugene was the popular favorite, but I guess the judges didn't want to reward Scramble Your Brains act in case that did eventually happen to him. So they gave the first prize to the kindergarten rhythm band, which is probably the best thing to do. It made all the kindergarten mothers happy, and it didn't make anyone else very mad. Of course, kids were all over Eugene, telling him he should have won and that he was the best, and wanting to feel his head. "Do you always crack nuts that way?" somebody asked, and Eugene said no, it was Gladys Herdman's idea. "Why?" Charlie said. "What's in it for Gladys?" If you didn't know any better, you might think that Gladys felt guilty because of Eugene's dog haircut, but no one at the Woodrow Wilson School would think that. So when we went to get the delicious refreshments, no one was very surprised to find they were all gone. Mrs. McCluskey was in charge of the food, and when Mother asked her what happened, she said, "I just put the last plate of cupcakes on the table when Gladys Herdman ran in here yelling that Eugene Preston had gone crazy in the auditorium and was trying to kill himself. Now, normally I wouldn't pay attention at all to anything that Herdman told me, but I could hear a lot of noise and stamping around and people yelling, 'Eugene, Eugene!' So naturally, I went to see." She shrugged. "I still don't know what happened to Eugene, but I know what happened to the refreshments." Everybody knew what happened to the refreshments, but as usual, you couldn't prove anything because the evidence was gone, and Gladys was gone. Mrs. Wendelkin didn't agree. She said the evidence was Eugene. "It's obvious that Gladys Herdman got that poor boy to knock himself silly and cause a big commotion, and then she went to the cafeteria and walked off with every last cookie." Maybe so, but Eugene didn't knock himself silly, and you couldn't feel very sorry for him because he was a big celebrity with his name in the newspaper. "Unusual performance by plucky Eugene Preston earned standing ovation at Woodrow Wilson Talent Show." The article also mentioned the kindergarten rhythm band. "Not by name, too many of them," the reporter said, "and not by musical number. Could have been almost anything." Besides, Eugene wasn't Eugene anymore, except to his mother and the teachers. And sometimes the teachers forgot and called him Hammerhead, just like everyone else. And so we're going to stop there for today. That was chapter 4. That is one of my favorite chapters. Did you guys like that? Did you like that? I don't know, I might have kind of bruised a little something too from hitting my head, but I didn't even have walnuts in my hand, like they were talking about. But anyway, just a reminder, if you came in late, if you wait just a little bit, this is going to be showing up on our Facebook Live page. It takes just a couple minutes for it to, once it goes from live, to have it saved on there. Please comment on here. And if you, for some reason, missed any of these, you want to catch up on other things with the Herdmans, please go to the http://bit.ly/ and pretty much it's St. Bernard's Books with Mrs. Brickson. STBBWMB, but notice the T and the W, they're small. This is case sensitive. Keep that in mind. So with that, we're going to have, oh, now I got to get my phone up and ready. Okay, now it's being weird. Hold on. Okay. Phones don't always agree with me. Okay, so we're going to go on to our next song, and hopefully, let's start it up already. Hold on a second. I got to get it ready. Okay, so kiddos, you got to stand up, okay? You got to stand up. Get ready, everyone, stand up. I know some of you are sitting. Stand up, stand up. Here we go. We're going to do a little bit of our dancing today. We've got, you know the song, because it's all about that bass. Now it's going to be all about those books.
Because you know I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, Yeah, it's pretty clear that I'm really cool because I'm reading. It's what I like to do. Cause I got that fiction that everyone chases. And all of these books take you so many places. I see those magazines, they make them reading hot. They're great when time is short and you can even swap. If you got books or Kindles, just raise them up. Cause anything you read is perfect from the start until the stop. Yeah, Devon said she told me don't worry about the size. She says good readers like lots of books to read at night. You know I won't be no close-minded, blank-looking Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. Because you know I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, Hey, I'm bringing reading back. Go ahead and check out that gigantic stack. No, I'm not joking. I know you think it's smack, but I'm here to tell you every book is an adventure. Makes you never want to stop. Yeah, Devon said she told me don't worry about the size. She says all readers like lots of books to read at night. You know I won't be no close-minded, blank-looking Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. Because you know I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, Because you know I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, Because you know I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, Because you know I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books, start reading. I'm all about those books.
All righty. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was wonderful seeing all of you. Please know that we love you. We miss you. We can't wait to see you again. And it's wonderful that we are in the 21st century. It's 2020. We can talk to each other and communicate. And remember to listen to your moms and dads. Now, put down the screen after this. go out. Well, it's kind of cold outside. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow, go outside. But you guys, make sure to say your prayers. Make sure you have many, many blessings. We care about you and we love you. And have a great day. Mwah.